Are Harley Benton guitars and Temu knockoffs made by the same company? I really did not want to make another video about the Harley Benton RB-414, the not quite knockoff of the Rickenbacker 4003 bass. But here I am. It all started with a Temu ad on Facebook. I've never bought anything from Temu, and even though it's an easy way for YouTubers like me to churn out content, I don't ever plan to. But with situations like this, I guess I don't need to buy anything from Temu to make videos about it. If you're not familiar with Temu, it's an e-commerce site with the tagline, "Shop like a billionaire." Its whole gimmick is selling cheap knockoff merchandise, manufactured anonymously in China for about 1/10 of the price of the real thing. Temu sells everything. And since musical instruments are a subset of everything, Temu sells musical instruments. They have knockoff Gibson Les Pauls, knockoff Fender Strats, and of course, knockoff Rickenbacker basses, like this one. As for Harley Benton, that's a slightly different story. Harley Benton is the house label for instruments sold exclusively through Temu Music, a German music superstore and e-commerce site. Harley Benton instruments are also generally knockoffs of things like Gibson Les Pauls, Fender Strats, and Rickenbacker basses. They're also super cheap, again about 1/10 of the price of the real thing. But Harley Bentons, being sold by a legitimate music store in Germany, are not direct knockoffs, which is to say they don't violate any design patents. The Harley Benton RB-414 is a perfect example of this. It's the bass I bought from Temu and have now made, 6 videos about, including this one. It's not a great instrument. I mean, it works. After I replaced both pickups and the bridge anyway. But its biggest selling point is that, at a glance, it immediately evokes a Rickenbacker 4003. But look closely. It really isn't that similar to a Rick. It has the same basic design for the pickguard, pickups, bridge, and controls, but the body shape and headstock are totally different, and those are the design elements that guitar manufacturers typically patent. As for the Temu 4003, there's no patent dodging here. The body shape is exactly the same as a Rick. That extended upper horn and the weird curves, they're all there. Temu is extremely careful not to show the front of the headstock in their photos, but they do show the back, and it looks like the Rickenbacker shape. That's not really what interests me here, though. What interests me are the parts of this bass that do not look like a Rickenbacker. Why? Because they look exactly like those same elements on the Harley Benton RB-414. I'm talking about the parts of the Harley Benton that I replaced, the pickups and the bridge. Check out the neck pickup. It doesn't look anything like a Rickenbacker neck pickup, but it looks exactly like the neck pickup on the Harley Benton. Then there's the bridge pickup with that stupid pickup cover. It's not the shape of a Rickenbacker pickup cover. It's the shape of the Harley Benton pickup cover though, and although the pickup under it is hard to see, it looks like the same exposed pickup with black cloth tape wrapped around the sides. But the tell for me was the bridge. Ugh, that awful, stupid bridge. I've only played a real Rickenbacker once, and that was about 20 years ago, so I don't really remember what the bridge looked like up close, but in these pictures you can see that it's quite different from either the Harley Benton or the Temu bass, which both look identical. They both have the same terrible floating barrels that can easily get lost while you're changing strings, making the entire instrument unusable. This opens up a lot of interesting questions for a detail-obsessed nerd like me. First, we need to think a little bit about how manufacturing works in China. It's not like there's a Harley Benton factory somewhere in China. Guitar companies in the US and Europe contract with Chinese companies to produce instruments to their specifications. The same factories manufacture products for different companies, and in some cases also manufacture their own products to sell direct to consumers through sites like Temu and Amazon. That's about as far as I can take my speculation, but I would just say at this point that I have to assume that the same contract manufacturer in China is making both the Harley Benton RB-414 and the Temu Rickenbacker knockoff. At the very least, they're sourcing their components from the same place. In short, I think there's probably no meaningful difference in quality between a Harley Benton instrument and something you get on Temu. Both are honestly probably better than they should be for the price, but still, they're not really that great. That's it for this video. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, etc. Thanks for watching.